My friends, how are you? It is absolutely fantastic to see you for yet another video, but for the last few days, America has been an extremely chaotic and wild place. And I know some of you are thinking, what are you talking about the last few days for? But it's been going on for at least 8 months, right? It's been going on for close to 10 years since the Donald Trump circus came to town. But the last few days have been extremely chaotic as the right wing desperately grasps at straws to try to find any way they can to blame the left for the Charlie Kirk situation, when it was once again one of their own guys doing a very common thing that their guys do, an act of violence committed by the right. And don't worry, I'm going to get into that in a little bit because people have called for me to retract my statements on that, but don't worry, I'm going to talk about that. But the first thing I want to talk about is how Donald Trump honestly doesn't give a damn about what happened to Charlie Kirk. And the reason that I say that, well, it's a few reasons, but one of the most obvious glaring reasons that I make that statement is because there was a candlelight vigil in Washington, D.C. for Charlie Kirk, and Donald Trump decided to go play golf instead. He didn't have time to worry about what happened to Charlie Kirk. But for Donald Trump and the Maga movement, the right-wing media, all of these things, this is a very convenient excuse for them to ratchet up their rhetoric towards the left and try to blame us for what's going on. It's another opportunity for the ultra MAGA Karens to throw yet another temper tantrum. And I don't know if it's just me, my friends, but I am getting sick to death of listening to grown men on the MAGA side throw fucking temper tantrums. What the hell is going on here? I am getting extremely sick of it. But of course, they are using this entire situation to try to blame the left, to attack our freedom of speech. That's a thing that's going on. That's a weird thing that's going on, because you remember how Donald Trump and the MAGA movement and Elon Musk and all these fucking goons were all about it's all about freedom of speech, right? And now you see that people are coming out and talking about who Charlie Kirk actually was as a person, and now they are calling for our heads, my friends. JD Vance is calling for our freedom of speech to be removed. We need to be rounded up. We need to shut our mouths. That's the vice president of the fucking United States. MAGA is celebrating, I guess, people losing their jobs, and I have to kind of maybe pick my words a little bit carefully here, but they are saying that anybody that celebrated Charlie Kirk's assassination should lose their jobs, and that's what should happen to them. And I don't know that I necessarily agree with that, obviously, because, my friends, I have been accused of celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, and I don't have a video like that. I don't have a single video where I celebrated his death. But what I did do, actually, is I took the day off, the day that it happened, didn't release a video, only to hear Donald Trump and Fox News and the MAGA movement declare war on the left. So while I was over here keeping my fucking mouth shut, deciding, you know what, maybe today is a good day to set everything aside, they decided to declare war on us. But you guys know how in the MAGA movement, meanings of words don't actually fucking matter, because like I said, I did a couple videos saying, hey, no, we probably shouldn't be shooting at each other, but also Charlie Kirk was kind of a shithead. And the reason I say that Charlie Kirk was kind of a shithead is because he was. He said some awful things. Black women don't have the brain processing power to have jobs. That's one. If I got onto an airplane and saw a black pilot, I would question their ability to be able to fly that plane. That's another one. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on of all the vile fucking things that Charlie Kirk said. And I am of the opinion that that doesn't require a celebration from anyone in America. That doesn't require us to say anything nice about him just because he's dead. He was an awful, awful person. And to MAGA, that is being misconstrued as a celebration and calling for us to lose our jobs and any number of things. Round us up. That's the thing they want to do. They want to round us up, my friends. Okay, goofy asses. You guys need to calm the fuck down, okay? And all because we said, hey, for the most part, the people on the left said, yeah, we shouldn't be doing all that. Also, we shouldn't be acting like Charlie Kirk was a fucking angel at the same time. It wasn't just a thing that we keep hearing over and over, is they say he was just a guy that talked about his political point of view. His political point of view was racism, sexism, homophobia. I mean, my God, they're bigger words that I don't even know. He was a hateful person that was awful to people and spread hateful rhetoric through America. That is what actually happened. But none of that is the fucking point. Sort of what the point is, I guess, is that the more we get into this, the further along we go through this process that America's going through now, we learn more and more that they don't actually give a damn about Charlie Kirk. They don't give a damn about preserving his message or any kind of bullshit like that. What they give a damn about is how they can use this entire situation as a way to escalate their violent rhetoric towards the left and blame us. That's a very weird fucking thing, because it is 100% fact that 75% of politically motivated violence in America comes from the right. Over and over and over again, we see the right commit acts of violence and blame the left the entire time that they're fucking doing it. But they are using this as a way to try to, like I said, escalate the attacks on us. J.D. Vance is against freedom of speech now. He hates that. He thinks that, oh no wait, maybe that was Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi said that there is a difference between free speech and hate speech. And I'm not a constitutional scholar, but no there's not, Pam Bondi. How is it that a 9th grade dropout trucker knows more about freedom of speech than fucking the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, knows about it? There is nothing under that that says a damn thing about hate speech. And if she was convinced that that was true, saying, hey, Charlie Kirk was kind of a shithead is not hate speech. Saying that black women do not have the brain processing power to have jobs is hate speech. So while she was trying to lecture the country on who's allowed to say what, the Attorney General, she don't even know what the fuck she's talking about. But they are trying, the party of so-called free speech. And trust me, my friends, they don't know what freedom of speech means, okay? Because every time some fucking knucklehead fucking Maga dork starts running his fucking mouth about all the stupid shit that he has on his mind, and you confront him about it, and you say, what the fuck are you talking about? His argument is, his defense is, I have free speech. What they think freedom of speech means is they can just run their fucking mouths, and you're not allowed to respond to them at all. But what freedom of speech actually is, and you guys can define the finer points about this, but basically, for the most part, I can say whatever the fuck I want without the government prosecuting me for the bullshit that comes out of my mouth. Now, I understand there are some limitations to that, all right? Maybe in the instance of, everybody always uses the, you can't yell fire in a fucking movie theater. Seems a little outdated, but, you know, if I was inciting violence, let's say, I think that it would be probably okay for somebody to like shut me the fuck up. If my words actually cause violence to happen, that would be problematic now, wouldn't it? I don't know the ins and outs of it, but basically the actual freedom of speech means the government can leave me the fuck alone when bullshit comes out of my mouth that they don't like. Now all the free speech warriors in America are cheering along as Donald Trump, as J.D. Vance, and as Pam Bondi say that we're not allowed to say whatever the fuck we want, and we may face consequences for saying whatever the fuck we were thinking. My friends, this is why I have told you this entire time that MAGA has no clue what the fuck they're talking about. None whatsoever. I'm out of breath a little bit. I'm in Texas right now and it's fucking hot down here. Good God. I'm doing my best. The AC's trying its best to keep up with what's going on. But anyways, I said at the beginning of the video I would explain more about why this is another right-on-right violence and why I am refusing to retract my statements, because people are saying, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He's not on the right at all. Even people on our side of the political spectrum were calling for me to take that back. Well, here's what I know. I know that this was a young man raised in a right-wing MAGA family. raised in a religious family, raised in gun culture. Those are the things that I know. The things that they are pointing to that say he was on the left was he went to college and he became indoctrinated, or whatever fucking word they use for that. From what I understand from reading your guys' comments, thank you so much for all the comments. From what I understand, he went to 1 semester of online school during COVID. Yeah, you can't be indoctrinated that way. That doesn't make any goddamn sense whatsoever. And they say, but he had a transgender roommate, and you see how that's the problem. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Who pulled the trigger? The simple question. We cannot blame, even if that's true, I don't know if it's true or not, but we cannot blame a transgender roommate for a young, straight, white, Christian, or religious, right-leaning, gun-toting male's choices. We cannot. I will not allow people to blame the transgender person that may or may not have been this guy's roommate because of the actions that he took. Talk about not taking any responsibility for your actions. He was in proximity to a transgender person. You've got to be fucking shitting me if that's some kind of fucking argument. But the reason I came to that conclusion that he is from their side is because I'm speaking from a place of experience, my friends. You know why so many people come to my channel and just go, holy shit, this guy's fucking awesome, and thank you so much. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just saying what you guys say in the comments. It's because I'm an outlier, my friends. It's not very often in this day and age you see a truck driver standing in his semi-truck looking like a goddamn hillbilly and saying fuck Donald Trump. Because I'm an outlier, you see, my friends. What I do know, though, as a person that was raised in a right-leaning family, for the most part religious when it was convenient. Yeah, that was a real thing. Oh, someone died in the family? I need to find Jesus, you know. That kind of religious when it's real convenient to be religious, that type. But also, I was raised around some like religious fucking lunatics also. Bible thumping motherfuckers, man. But right leaning, very religious, gun toting. That doesn't scream left to me. You've got to be absolutely shitting me if you want to say that. And the whole idea that he went off to college and become radicalized, or whatever word they're using for this shit, doesn't hold any weight whatsoever. Does not. I am speaking from a place of experience. It took me years, my friends, to undo the fucking psychological warfare that was brought upon me in my youth about all this fucking right-wing Republican absolute fucking nonsense. All right, I was taught that the Republicans were for the working class and they want you to have lower taxes, and then I grew up and I learned that the right is for the billionaires. They want the billionaires to pay less taxes while they make you pay more taxes, while they take away your health care, while they take away any assistance programs that you need, while they fight adamantly against us having unions so we could get a fair wage, while they fight against health care. Did I mention that one yet? I'm not really fucking sure. But it took me years to undo the thought that fucking the Republicans were for the working class, is the point I'm trying to make. And speaking from experience, I stand by my assessment that he was on the right and he committed an act of violence. What do you want me to say? I am not taking any responsibility for this whatsoever, because it is not my responsibility to take, my friends. But I guess sort of I wanted to touch on that and explain sort of my point of view, that bullshit where they're trying to blame us. But most importantly, the right is 100% using Charlie Kirk's death as a very, very convenient excuse to ratchet up their attacks on the left, blame us for everything that's happening, and try to normalize, my friends, the idea that if you're on the left, your rights need to be taken away, your voice should be silenced, you should lose your job, there's possible, what am I trying to say, possible financial penalties for not agreeing with everything they say. And that is exactly what is going on right now. That's what's going on. They don't give a damn about what happened to Charlie Kirk. They give a damn about being able to use what happened to Charlie Kirk as a weapon against the left in America. But what they don't understand, once you get rid of all of us and we're no longer a scapegoat for you, and you guys are still out there blasting each other, you don't get to blame us no more. That's not how this fucking works at all. And I have seen it myself, my friends. there were the hide user button in the comment section. I've been lighting that motherfucker up because the lunatics have come out, my friends. They have lost their ever-loving minds, and they have come out all over the comment section. But there were a lot of people calling for me to lose my job in the comments too. I'm here to tell you, I don't actually give a fuck, right? I don't really care, for a couple of reasons. I've been saving for when Donald Trump crashes the goddamn economy, right? I'm a truck driver. I would be the dumbest motherfucking truck driver on the planet if I didn't plan ahead for Donald Trump to crash the fucking economy after he did it the first time. So I planned for this shit, all right? But on top of that, let's say they got me fired, my friends. They got me removed from my job because I didn't kiss the ass of Charlie Kirk, and it worked out. You know what I would do at this point? I would just go home and I would just triple down. And I told you guys, I'm staying out here in this truck till the end. But let's say hypothetically, they blackballed me. They got me out of the industry because I won't kiss the ass of Charlie Kirk, and they got me out of here, and I have to go home. I would sit there and I would record 3 fucking videos a day calling out this fascist bullshit. I would urge on every video, I would urge you to go follow me on Blue Sky for when they cancel me on YouTube, for when this channel gets taken down, we can just rebuild another platform somewhere else. So at this point in time, if that were really the way we wanted to go, it would be a blessing. You think I want to stay out here in Donald Trump's collapsing economy trying to figure out how the fucking trucking bullshit works? Get me fired. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't fucking matter. But the point is, some of that was kind of bullshit. I was just kind of fucking around. Don't get me fired. Don't do that. But anyways, that's where we're at, my friends. That's where the right has taken this. They don't give a damn about the person that was shot. They don't give a damn about looking at the rhetoric that may have caused that, it caused at least the temperature to rise on such a situation. They don't reflect even a little bit and say, hey, maybe we should stop fucking acting like this at least a little bit. What they choose to do instead is what they always do, what MAGA always does, what the right always does. Take no responsibility for their actions, find someone else to fucking blame for the problems that they created in America yet again, and then just go hard on that fucking thing. And this is why MAGA never solves a goddamn problem, ever. Because it's all about blaming someone else. They do not want to figure this shit out. They just want to have someone to blame so they can make up an excuse for why they're such a shitty person. Anyways, with that said, I gotta lay down here. It's very hot here in Texas right now. Love you guys. Bye now.